They were going into that national series. It seemed like they were doing so well, and they just crapped out. They got that game postponed, so who knows when they're going to replay that or play that game. That's my first not for the night.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and weigh in on my who's not, and I'm going to talk about the San Diego Padres.
The Padres. That's okay. You just took my answer.
They're in last place in the NL West. They've lost 8 of their last 10. Their run differential is a negative 65, which is just horrible. So when you have well, let me just talk about run differential a little bit. It's kind of like the
how much like you're winning or losing your games by, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the margin of victory, kind of.
Right.
So when you're in a negative number, that means that you're.
Then your average game, you're losing
by a whole lot.
Right.
I mean, a number like negative 65, this early in the season is pretty rough.
That's horrible.
And the pitching numbers pretty much support this stat right here. I mean, the team ERA is 4.70, which is 26th in the league. They have 126 walks allowed. They acquired Jared Weaver in the offseason, and he really has not panned out.
I even cried recording it, and when I got to the part where I broke down on the song, my brother was like, "Yo, you want me to stop it?" And I was like, "Nah, just let it rock." You know what I'm saying? Because in situations like when you lose people, especially the violence, it do something to you. Especially coming from there, and trying to change the whole situation around,
right,
to try to do something positive, and you just keep losing people. Keep losing, man. It's hard, man.
It's something that when you losing somebody to something that is like cancer, where you couldn't prevent it,
right?
It's just a lottery system, but
it don't hurt as bad,
right? But when it's something senseless,
and it's taken
could have been prevented,
right?
Yeah. Kind of makes you.
It's an added element. It's an added element to the grief that you feel when it's a senseless act of violence.
Yeah.
So in terms of using your music to help your communities, how do you see that happening for you?
My next one's here.
It's very much so possible, because I have songs that...
The Artist Exchange Radio Show, every Friday from 7 to 9 p.m., every Saturday from 12 to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, and real live. Be Exposed Radio. Black by Demand Radio Show.
So that's what this one deals with, right? So it says, wondering if someone attractive is checking you out, or worrying that someone may be nosy about whatever you're doing. Simply check your watch and see what the person does. If they're actually watching you, they'll usually automatically look at their own watch as well.
Okay.
That's interesting. So they're saying their focus on you will be so high that they will mock what you're doing. Now, what I thought about when I read that was like when people yawn. You understand what I mean? Like one person to yawn, it triggers other people. So I think that's what they're getting at with this, because they'll be so focused on you. So like as ladies, I'm sure y'all have been in situations where you got dudes in there, that you might think is checking you out. Maybe that's a technique you could apply.
Okay, maybe, yeah, because maybe that one will work better then. Because sometimes you just turn around and just look and see, of course people turn.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome to a special edition of Hump Day Discourse. It's our Valentine's Day edition. The conception day of all of us wonderful Scorpios. So we are going to talk about that a little bit later. But I want to introduce my guest, one of my favorite people in the whole world, the best masseuse ever. Hands down. It's my boy Benjamin.
Man, I don't even know what that was like the best introduction I've ever had in my life. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I thank you for allowing me to be here on your wonderful show.
Oh, of course.
And allowing me to share my experiences and all these other stories that you're going to hear. So it's very.
You're gonna
I'm
share.
excited.
You feel? Are you excited?
Yeah, I barely had a speech prepared or anything. I don't know what to.
You don't need a speech. I mean, this is not the inauguration. You know, like.
Got you.
It would have been better, but it's not. They should have let me. I would have eased Trump in office a little bit better if they had let me do the inauguration. I'm like, I know we're not happy, but look, we love life. We be brave. Like now.
all he needs is some good. Well, can we? Am I allowed to say what I want?
You can say what you want to say.
Oh, I mean, he just needs some good love. That's all. Some good Valentine's.
Yeah.
He'd be alright.
You think his beautiful wife can handle that? She acts like she's gonna die every time he touches her.
Melania or whatever her name.
Whatever her name is.
What's
her name, Nicole? Trump's wife.
Melania.
Yeah, Melania. There you go.
Melania.
She always has, the RBF face. Resting bitch face.
The resting
but
bitch
she's
face.
all right though. If you think about it, she's all right.
She's okay.
Yeah. Trump just need to go ahead and stop fucking around and start fucking around. Damn, that was right. You see?
It really
was.
Stop fucking around.
And
start fucking around. Okay. That's quite a way to put it.
Because he doesn't look like a fucker to me. He looks like, well, he's fucking people. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, absolutely.
In a bad way, but he's not putting it in like he needs to.
No.
To be
I would have to agree with that.
And it's Valentine's Day. You gotta, get it in, or you don't have to, but it would be nice.
You should.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, it's hump day. Now, like many people, people are afraid to disappoint on Valentine's Day, or, I think people try too hard, on Valentine's Day. Funny, Nikki and I were having a conversation about Valentine's Day pass. And, we go all out. We're thinking of every little thing to do and how to make it extra special because we are trying to get downright nasty at the end of the night,
Yeah,
and
true. That's true.
I think sometimes we mess up because, we're trying too hard. So.
No, I totally agree. Me, I've always been a simple Valentine's Day person.
Okay.
It really doesn't, men, it doesn't take much to please us. But.
So what kinds of things please men?
You could pretty much breathe on a man and we're happy, touch our neck, little small kisses and whatnot here and there, or, just simple, small things.
Yeah.
Just being in a room makes me happy with a woman. But some men, they want the wine and dine, a boat ride, airplane ride to Dubai or some shit like that, but come on.
I mean, I just want, I can't say that I want all that, but I wouldn't mind, a helicopter ride over the bay. No, I'm just like,
No.
I want you to go deep sea fishing and catch me a tuna and then make me sushi after you took lessons for that shit for like a month. So that you make me like good sushi. And no.
No. See, if your man has gone through all that training and stuff like that, and he has the money, then yes, you should wine and dine because you have the funds to do it. But a lot of guys.
No, I think less is best.
Yeah,
I really believe that less is best.
And simple really isn't simple. When I say simple, I don't mean like simple-minded. Like this person can't even count one. 2 + 2 is what? That's simple math. No, simple means just simplifying your relationship, because if you go the extra mile or do something crazy out of the normal, you might not get anything at the end of the night because you might be trying
because you try too hard.
Yeah.
And like it's not like, so I've been watching the Olympics.
Shit. Damn.
I've been watching the Olympics with Keisha because she's all into it.
I'm the only one not watching.
Yeah, you are. And so I was watching the Olympics over the last few days, and it's not like figure skating. Like you don't get more points for trying and failing. So I learned this in figure skating because I didn't know this before. If you try to execute something and let's say you don't land it properly or something, you fall, you get less deductions for falling than you would for not trying at all.
Right.
You get more deductions for not trying at all. That's not how love works. That's not how relationships work. And that's definitely not how Valentine's Day works. No. Don't try and fail. just keep it simple, something you know you can execute. You know, we are not going for the gold tonight. We are just going for, you know, a nice, simple, loving, sexy, salacious evening.
Damn right.
You know, I think that women have these unrealistic expectations of what a man should do and what she's worth doing for. It's a holiday. It's actually a holiday that celebrated like murder. Yeah. But
yeah. Gangsters really brought this holiday
brought the holiday out, right? Yeah. So, you know, I think just letting the people that you love know you love them with a happy Valentine's Day or one of those little pictures on, you know, or, you know, just something simple, a card, a thought, a hug, you know, a kiss on the forehead. Like, that's enough. And people need to appreciate the simple things because that's what makes a holiday like this one so special.
Yeah, because don't get me wrong. Valentine's Day, I've always been the good boyfriend, the good...
I believe that.
Damn, man, you bought this, you bought that. I'm like, yeah, but I kept it simple. It wasn't like I spent my whole entire paycheck or the mortgage money, rent money, and all sorts. Because fools that I know, even at my job right now, has spent their whole check. We don't even get paid till Friday. You're putting down shit on a credit card. You're doing all this. I'm like, damn,
like,
man,
why you maxing out?
Right, it's not
for like. Look, it's not my birthday, and it's not like a day I get off of work because I got choked out at work today, so I definitely had a rough day. We'll talk about that later.
I was noticing like on a little, but that might be a love. Was it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
no. We'll get into it. Okay.
I'll tell you about that.
Right.
But I definitely find that it's one of those holidays that I think people don't quite get, kind of like Thanksgiving, you know, or even better. I learned this year at Christmas. People do too much, and it's about the thought.
That's right.
It's about the gesture, not, you know, how big, how expensive, how extravagant. I got a top last year, and you know,
right.
Let's just celebrate us. Isn't that okay?
Well, this is my second. Well, it's not third. The third was the beginning. This is the second Christmas I can actually honestly say that I saved my money. My family saved their money. We look out for family members who up and coming, like my cousins. They still have kids, young kids.
Right.
We'll give them a gift
we
card.
get gifts or gift cards for children.
Right.
But the adults, you know, like, I mean, most of my family doesn't celebrate Christmas, but the parts of my family that does,
Right.
We buy things for the kids.
Yeah.
And the teenagers might get a few dollars in a card. And once you're an adult, you get a, hey, Merry Christmas. You know, it's great to see you. Come, let's have let's share. You know, let's break bread. You know.
Yeah, get a plate and then go.
Hey, boo. Happy Valentine's Day, Bliss. But I really believe that people are missing the moment.
That's right.
Like they're so in a hurry to get to this destination, they're missing the journey.
And then tomorrow is right back to the same old bullshit, the same old monotonous, mundane.
Like, my thing is this:
bullshit.
You love me every day. You can get some ass every day. So what's the difference with today and yesterday?
True.
Like, you make me feel beautiful and smart and whatever every day, and I'm gonna make sure you know you're appreciated.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to know what that's like. But anyway, look, my mind is not right.
It's not Saturday. No.
I know, right? But no, it's truly true that what you just said, because, okay, if I'm 365 days out of the year, everything's going good, but then all of a sudden this one day comes, am I supposed to show you extra love? But out of all these other days,
you always show love. So to me, it's like, I don't need all that, because you've shown me love 364 other days of the year. Today, it's like, hey, let's celebrate us.
Yes.
With some smiles and maybe a few more rubs than we usually rub, or you know, a few more kisses than we normally kiss. But it ain't gotta be all, you know, just all blown out of proportion. Like I was talking to my work dad today. You know what? I'm gonna hold that thought because she just told me I gotta get ready to go on a commercial, and that's gonna take more than a few minutes. So you know what? Let's go on commercial now. We'll be right back with Hump Day Discourse Valentine's Day edition.
You know, when you look at the way other groups do with their children, like black people, our main concern seems to always be making sure they play football. And I like football like the next person, but the reality is, statistically, your child has a better chance of being an astronaut than becoming an NFL football player. So I don't understand the emphasis where we all just always so pumped up on football. Like when my son was a kid, every time somebody would say, "Do you have kids?" And I said, "Yeah, I got a son." The first thing out their mouth, men, women, whoever, would be, "Does he play football?" You know, and I'm like, yeah, but you know, like, is that the end of all means? Right. You understand me? Right. He plays football, and it saddens me because nobody's getting results out of that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, okay, your child hot, he play football, he good in rec league and high school, and then he plays in college. He don't go to the NFL. That's few and far and in between. Then what happens? Right. Well, I'll tell you what happens. He's 30 years old with arthritis in his neck, in his ankles, and everything from going head up, cracking heads. You understand me? For 11 years, and he ain't but 32 years old, and now he's jacked up. You know, when you look at the way other groups do with their children, like black people, our main concern seems to always be making sure they play football. And I like football like the next person, but the reality is, statistically, your child has a better chance of being an astronaut than becoming an NFL football player. So I don't understand the emphasis where we all just always so pumped up on football. Like when my son was a kid, every time somebody would say, "Do you have kids?" And I said, "Yeah, I got a son." The first thing out their mouth, men, women, whoever, would be, "Does he play football?" You know, and I'm like, yeah, but you know, like, is that the end of all means? Right. You understand me? Right. He plays football, and it saddens me because nobody's getting results out of that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, okay, your child hot, he play football, he good in rec league and high school, and then he plays in college. He don't go to the NFL. That's few and far and in between. Then what happens? Right. Well, I'll tell you what happens. He's 30 years old with arthritis in his neck, in his ankles, and everything from going head up, cracking heads. You understand me? For 11 years, and he ain't but 32 years old, and now he's jacked up.
So since we're talking about the book, can you give people a synopsis of what the book is and what's the name of the book again, and then what it's about?
The name of the book is From Trial to Afflictions, more than one, because there were more than one afflictions.
Yes.
The book is talking about, actually, it's my life story. And I have to add in there that when that prophet told me, he said, "Tell your story, write the story." He said, and God said, "Tell your addiction." Now, see, I'm not going to tell the addiction because you have to get the book to read it. But it was about deliverance. Mm-hmm. It was about all the, trials and tribulations we go through. People that come into our life, even people that come to try and break you down or draw you down so that you can't stand for God or worship Him through your situation, because that's the adversary using them. We have to know that. But through it all, I was still praying and fasting. I needed help from God. I really did. I needed help from God to see me through. And for anyone that's going through, I say that this book is about different afflictions.
Yes.
Going through them, how you get through them. And I had a sister pushing me too, praying for me. I thank God for that again.
Yes.
But it also talks about deliverance. There is deliverance in the process.
Yes.
And you have to be willing to see yourself first, to know that you need deliverance.
From the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
So you're your biggest asset. You have to practice self-care. Every entrepreneur has to practice self-care. You have to release yourself from toxic situations.
Explain to us real quick, what is a toxic situation?
A toxic situation is something that will control your mind, something that hurts you, something that you have to battle. Toxic. Hurt. If you're in a toxic situation, if you get hurt, if you get pain, if you get struggle, right? And if your spirit does not align correctly, that may be a toxic situation. So when I say you make that jump when your values don't align, you make decisions based on your values. And if those decisions don't align with your values, then that's when you say no.
Tune into the Artist Exchange every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. live on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We are back. Thank you everyone who tuned in, because I know y'all are either finished with Valentine's Day and Hump Day festivities, or you're getting ready to get it in. But y'all can listen to me for a few minutes. Y'all got plenty of time. We got hours left in Hump Day. So we'll get back to it. So I was going to tell you a story, a conversation I had today with my work dad. Okay. So my work dad came in my office. He says to me, "Oh my God, I didn't get your stepmom." He calls her my stepmom. Okay. So anyway, but this is his wife of like 40 years. He says, "I didn't get her anything for Valentine's Day because she's retiring next week, so she didn't come to work today, and I expected her to be at work, so I was going to take her something over there, but now she's at home and I'd have to get it delivered, and you would have had to already put that in place. What should I do?" And he's freaking out, right? And I'm like looking at him like, "How long y'all been married?" And he told me it was like damn near 40 years. I remember thinking like, damn, y'all been married a long fucking time.
It's like a life. Yeah.
It's like a life, right? So I said to him, I was like, "How about you think of something that she really likes? I mean, even if it's just a Milky Way, right? Something she really likes, something simple that she really likes." I said, "When you get off of work, go get it." I said, "And then take your happy ass home. And be interested in whatever the hell she did all day." It doesn't take a whole lot. I was like, you know her probably better than anybody on this planet. What makes her smile? People forget about the simple things. Like, I took my son Valentine's Day stuff after I got off of work the day before I came down here, right?
All right.
I didn't have to go buy him no 15-foot teddy bear. I didn't buy him fake flowers. Like a lot of people get kids to fake flowers. You know what I got my son?
What's that?
A king-size Kit Kat and a Valentine's Day card that said, love the world. It's the only planet that has chocolate. Happy Valentine's Day." And this boy flipped out. He was like, "It's a king size. Oh my God. My mom is the best." He took pictures of it. The shit was on his social media. He was texting it to his friends. Like, "Mommy got me a king-size Kit Kat that happened to have a heart on the wrapping." That was it. King-size Kit Kat. Like, people need to think about the simple shit. Like, I'm a simple woman. Little things make me happy. Like, very little things make me happy. So I'm like, why are you making these grand gestures? Because you're going to bore me. Show me that you're listening. Show me that you're aware of who I am. Because if you really know me, you'll know it's the little things. You'll say, "Oh, Wren likes," I don't know, what do Wren like? Wren likes halos. Wren likes...
Man, I tear some halos up.
Because halos are good as shit. I can eat like a half of that box. I know.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, just know me. Know that Wren likes chocolate, but she doesn't like a lot of it. So if you want to get me something, like, for instance, my son had got me a Valentine, which I thought was so sweet. And it was this really cute card, and it was this little bag, this little tiny little bag. And in this little bag, it had one Hershey Kiss. And he was like, "Mommy, here's a kiss for Valentine's Day." But then he kissed me. That was the best Hershey kiss I think I've ever had. in my entire life. Like, it was the best present ever.
Dang, you gonna have me breaking down right now. This is actually a real good.
This is
I've
what
never heard
happened.
that.
But, I mean, it happened today. Like, this is just what really happened today. Like, I went to see my son before I came down here. And I was like, because he was at his grandma's house, because he's out of school this week. He was at his grandma's house. So I went to see him at his grandma's house. And, you know, I got to the door, and he exploded out of the door like horses at the Derby. You know, like pistol, he exploded out the door, right?
Right.
I got the best loving hug ever. A Hershey kiss, and it made my entire day better. And I had probably the hardest day ever today. Like, one of the hardest days I've had in my career, mostly because I wasn't prepared for what happened to me. And I'll tell you about it in a second. I'm going to tell you. Yeah, we'll talk about it. But it was just, it's the simple things. And I thought to myself, I've dated so many men and women over the years. Not so many, but I've dated several men and women over the years. And not many of them got it. Like, got that I just needed something small. A token, a gesture, just to remind me it's February. You haven't gestured me since November, because I don't celebrate Christmas, so we kind of skip over that. So I haven't had any like special attention since November, since my birthday, you know. So many people forget that I just need a reminder. Hey, you're loved. It's the simple things.
And that's what I said in the very, very beginning. But I thought you were going to get on me for saying simple, but
no,
it really, really is. Like I said,
who needs a pair of 5-carat diamond earrings? Like, I like them. I got a couple carats in my ears right now, but I bought these. But I don't need somebody to do something that I can do for myself.
That's true, and it's cool if you have it like that. But
even
like,
if you,
how many friends of mine they don't have?
They ain't got it like that. They maxing out credit cards to get some ass.
Yeah, right. I'm like Facebook stuff all the time. I'm like, man, nigga, I just seen you last week at the corner store, just like me, buying a regular old bag of chips, but you flaunting this big ass meal that cost you like $90.
That you ain't got.
That you ain't got.
You ain't got. You know what?
You're not balling like that.
You're not balling like that. You know, we need to take a break real quick. Y'all stay tuned. We will continue Valentine's Day discourse.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Monty from Talk Lately. I want y'all to sit back and listen to this flashback. We be tripping.
I mean, really, but I mean, he might have. I got him maybe jacking her up.
The kids said he did it.
But this is Floyd Mayweather punching her head repeatedly, and like she doesn't have like brain damage. Or
no, she didn't have brain damage. I don't think he was hitting her like that. Or he probably was like, say something else. Say something else.
That
he probably wasn't like tagging her.
Right.
He probably was just like, and the kids was like, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy.
Why do they have that accent? Why? Why do his kids have that accent?
I just pictured them looking like African. Oh. I didn't want to have to admit that. I don't know what they're going to do about my mouth, but just check out the show every Tuesday at 7 p.m. It's more of the same right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show. So, since we're talking about the book, can you give people a synopsis of what the book is and what's the name of the book again, and then what it's about?
The name of the book is From Trial to Afflictions. More than one, because there were more than one afflictions.
Yes.
The book is talking about, actually, it's my life story. And I have to add in there that when that prophet told me, he said, tell your story, write the story. He said, and God said, tell your addiction. Now, see, I'm not going to tell the addiction because you have to get the book to read it. But it was about deliverance. It was about all the, trials and tribulations we go through. People that come into our life, even people that come to try and break you down or draw you down so that you can't stand for God or worship Him through your situation, because that's the adversary using them. We have to know that. But through it all, I was still praying and fasting. I needed help from God. I really did. I needed help from God to see me through. And for anyone that's going through, I say that this book is about different afflictions.
Yes.
Going through them, how you get through them. And I had a sister pushing me too, praying for me. I thank God for that again.
Yes.
But it also talks about deliverance. There is deliverance in the process.
Yes.
And you have to be willing to see yourself first, to know that you need deliverance.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We're back. Oh man, you know what? So I got my boy Ben here, who is this amazing masseuse. The last time I saw him, I was in a very funky mood. I was in pain. I didn't feel good. And he made everything better. Like, and kept me from, like, killing someone in the whole situation. Like, he was there for me. So, since you're here, you know, and I had this fucked up ass day, I'm gonna tell you about my day. Let's have our Valentine's Day right here. We're gonna have a conversation the same way we're gonna have our little Valentine's Day moment. So how was your day, Ben?
My day, I gotta say, I'm blessed. I can't say it was too crazy, but it was crazy. But I'll get to my story after you let us know, you know, what happened. Because mine's just a little.
Do you see the gestures, people? He's like, oh, my day was crazy, but we'll talk about my day in a minute. Why don't you tell me about your day? See, this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is Valentine's Day discourse. Let me teach you about this. So, Ben, so this is what happened today, right? So you would come home and you say, how was your day? So, all right, so this is what he did. So he's coming home to the studio and he's asking me, how was your day, dear? And I'm telling him, my day was fucked up. And let me tell you, it started from the jump. I didn't want to get up this morning because I was super comfortable in the bed.
Amen.
I was in the mattress. Like, you ever lay like you're in the mattress?
In the fetal position? Yeah,
I was in it. I was curled up. I was in it. Yeah. All right. So I had to get up and go to work, which I did. All right. And I got myself together. You know, I called myself putting on something cute, you know. So I get to work and it's freezing in my office. Not like, oh, it's a little chilly in here. Like, I had a coat and scarf and mittens on. It was colder in the office than it was outside. Because they had fucked up. So I'm in there shivering. So I'm already at. Then we had this dumbass thing happen at work. So everybody's angry, and I'm getting all these nastiest phone calls. So then people are yelling at me on top of me being uncomfortable. Right. On Valentine's Day. So this is what's happening, right? All right. So then a guy who works in the office has been out sick for like a while. I think he's got the flu. So he's been out for like a while. And he had some orders that needed to be done. And me being, you know, who I am, I was like, you know what, let's just get it out. So I took my happy ass down to the storage room to get the information that needed to be sent out, right? Because he's not here. Look, we have to work as a team, right? So while I'm in the lobby, the guard says, oh, she can help you. She knows the information. So it's a customer down there or whatever. So I'm like, sure, why not? I'm downstairs where they have these big industrial size heaters. So I'm like, all right, I'll sit in the lobby and talk to you for a minute. So I'm sitting next to this woman and she's going on and telling me about, you know, this happened and that happened and why she needs my help and blah, 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 blah. And I kind of explained to her, like, you know, that's not really how it works. That's not how any of this works. You can't have it that way. But how can I, you know, let me give you some ways to make this better for you, right? So I'm solutions-based. So I'm trying to give her solutions to her situation because the solution she wanted, she wasn't going to get.
Yeah, you consoling her.
So I was trying to help her. Yeah. She gets pissed off at me, like in an instant. And she turns, I'm sitting right next to her. So she's on my left. I'm sitting right next to her. She turns around at me, grabs me by the neck, and slams me down and begins to choke me. And not in a salacious, sexy, you know, we about to get it on type choking. It was like a, I'm going to kill you, bitch, because you told me no type choking, right?
I've been there.
In front of everybody. Now, mind you, I work in a government building, so I have state troopers and MDTA police and security guards, and everybody is right there. So, of course, they grab her off of me pretty quickly. Okay. But not before I lost my temper. Because, you know, I've been trying to...
Yeah, so you got
I told you I've been walking in the light. Trying to... So I let her happy ass have it. I'm like, bitch, have you lost your mind? Something. I went off. Like I was on somebody's street corner. And I had to get myself. Because I was like, yo, you can't act like that. Yeah. But not at work. People were looking at me like... Because they've never. And I don't ever. I went off. I said, she choked me. Before I even got up, I said, I don't even want to deal with this. So... I proceed to go back to, you know, Antarctica, better known as my office, right? And mind you, like, my neck is hurting. I'm like, this bitch just choked me. She's in handcuffs on the floor. But this is the part that blew me. Her child was there. This kid couldn't have been no more than 7 or 8 years old. And you did that in front of your child. I was disgusted. I was utterly disgusted through and through. But then I get back up to my office. Work dad had gotten me a little box of chocolates, you know, like the little 4, like the little heart, like work dad. Yeah. And work dad had put it on my desk while I was out of the office. And so that made things a little bit better, you know. And he was like, Happy Valentine's Day, dear. And he kissed me like on top of my head, like through my headscarf, you know. But it was nice. And yeah, it was like, it was what I needed at the moment, you know. So then, you know, the police come upstairs. I got to fill out this police report because of what happened. Yeah, and I'm like, I don't feel like dealing with this. But then my boss comes out and says, did you forget about the procurement meeting? Are you driving to me? I was like, we have to go to a meeting? Yeah. I was like, and it's not here? No, we have to drive. I was like, all right, you're driving. So we get in the car, state car, and we're on our way to this procurement meeting that was like watching paint dry. Like, it was like watching Ben Stein teach algebra. It was the most boring, dry ass, you know, Sahara desert, crack skin, boring ass meeting. I can't even come up with enough analogies. It was the worst procurement meeting ever. But because I do what I do, I had the government has a new process to do procurement, so I had to learn it.
Damn, it's a fucked up situation.
Yeah, so I'm sitting in this meeting. We're both in there, and we're looking at each other like, and she's like, I'm just like. So we go to Dunkin' Donuts. We leave the meeting, we go to Dunkin' Donuts. So we're both having our coffee. Then my day started to look brighter because for just about 35 minutes, the sun came up. And we're sitting in the seat in Dunkin' Donuts, and we're talking about life and love and just happiness. Like, she and I had completely left work at the procurement meeting, and we're drinking coffee, and she's having a donut, and the sun came out and shined on me. And I was like, life is good.
It is.
And that was great. But it was still a rough day. So my face is still scrunched up, but I was feeling better. Betterish, you know. A nice quality cup of coffee will do that for me. Just a black cup of coffee. I don't want anything in it. Don't put no flavor in it. Just give me a good brewed cup of coffee. Preferably not Starbucks because they burn the beans. But just a really nice cup of coffee. So we're sitting there having and this was a good cup of coffee. It was like they must have just made it. It was fresh. It was hot. Like burn your tongue out your mouth hot. Like on some cartoon shit, like the smoke coming back out of my mouth as I drink this coffee. And we're having this great conversation about, you know, life in the future. She's, I don't know, she's probably 30 years my senior. So, you know, she's giving me just these life lessons. It was good. And we're talking about Valentine's Day, and we were talking about what we were talking about, keeping it simple. Now, mind you, this is a bad bitch. She can do anything she wants to do for herself. So she's always looking for the thoughtful gesture. And I said, that's the key to Valentine's Day. Thoughtful gestures.
That's true. But if I may interject, or can I ask questions?
Yeah.
Because I was waiting. Okay, the lady who
Choked
somehow got out of crazy, I don't know, why would she, like, what, like...
She was just mad about some shit that I couldn't control. And she wanted, she just wanted something I couldn't give her. Like, it just wasn't an option. It wasn't within my power or anybody's power to give her what she wanted. So I was trying to give her other options.
So security basically just said, hey, you know, she'll help you.
Because she came up and she just asked the question, like, I need to speak to someone because I'm having this issue. And it just happened to be that I think when she asked, you know, the security guard what to do, like, who did she need to talk to in the building, I happened to be coming out the door. So he looked over. Wren's right there. Oh, Wren can help you. She knows this information. And it's true. For 90% of the customers that typically will walk in and just need some information, I am full of useless information. But this particular day, she wanted me to do something that was just out of policy. Like, no, we don't do that. It's not ethical. We don't do that. And she didn't like my answer. And she lost it. Now, I don't know if she was on her period or she broke up with her man this morning, so she wasn't getting no dick. Like, I don't know what was going on with her, because she was sitting there listening to me and she was going, I hear you, And then all of a sudden she turned around and was like, and I was pinned against a stone bench. And I was like,
yo, because it seems like this is one of those moments where you always see, like, on TV, like, man, I wish a motherfucker would get out
yeah,
of,
but
you know what I mean?
But you
like,
know what?
Like,
and
no.
I always think those things, like, I be watching TV or I see people say stuff and I'm like, I wish somebody would this. I would kick them into this. So I would da-da-da-da. No, you would not do any of those things because you'd be so stunned at the fact that it happened. It takes you a minute to process the fact that you're being choked to death.
Right, because you don't just think that would just come right, you know, people these days are getting crazier and crazier.
What is going on?
Yeah, look at today, shootings to the dude that set the girl on fire, him and, well, intentionally try to set himself on fire, but then she walked in and set both of them on. What the fuck?
Like, what is wrong with people? Why would you burn yourself? On purpose?
Oh, because she went out with some other dude. I don't, there's a little difference. I ain't getting to the damn story. But the lady, was she black, white, Asian,
she was
or
black.
other?
She was a black woman.
Damn. Okay. Shit.
She was black, which really bothered me even more because she was black. She was a mother of a young child, and then she reacted to me that way. And she didn't know me. It wasn't like we had some sort of long beef, like, you know, like I deep throated her man or something. Like, it wasn't something like that where even though those things are still not excuses, I would have understood. I still don't understand why this woman tried to kill me today.
And that's what I was about to ask you. Like, okay, are you sure it wasn't somebody from back in the day? You know,
I don't have no back in the days like that.
10 years ago or 20 years ago.
I don't do people dirty like that.
I had this one dude walk up to me. He said he knew me since high school, whatever. At first, I didn't even know who he was. He came to me and said, "Hey, you know what's going on, Ben? How you doing?" I was like, "Yeah, man, how you doing?" I didn't recognize him at all. He said, "Yeah, man, remember you? And we fought at such nightclub. It was, remember when Twilight was around back
way back? Yes."
He said we fought in front of, like, his boys against my boys and the bouncers. We was all fighting. Like, we were wrecking hard. And he's like, "Yeah, you was on top of me because you talked to my girl, you did this." I'm like, "Nigga, do you know how many girls I have no idea who you were."
Right.
And he tried to square up on me, whatever, but it wasn't like that, though. It was like the way he was standing, telling the story, it triggered something. And then I calmed him down, saying, "Well,
I'm sorry."
What? Oh, that's something else.
That's something else.
I was thinking in my mind, like, what the fuck did I do to piss you off this bad to come fight me out of nowhere after 20 years ago? Because it had to be like 20-something years ago. Because I've been out of high school for 21, maybe 22 years.
Right.
So what the fuck is wrong with people? But then I calmed him down. He was cool about it. You know, we shook hands, talked about football, whatever. I'm like, this nigga. But he was huge, though.
So you was like, I ain't agree. He probably wasn't that big back then.
What the fuck happened? Like,
the same thing that probably happened to you.
Yeah,
the military. No.
Right, because I think we was like in 9th grade or whatever, going to Twilight Zone, which we had no business. Cause
and then anyway,
or 17 or 18, whatever. Yeah. We was only like 15, 16. How the fuck did we even get in that club? But I think they
ain't care. It was about that money.
And so the
they
nigga was
didn't
like,
care.
"Yeah, that was 9th grade, so you got big as shit." What the fuck? glad we didn't fight that day. But anyways, people are crazy.
People
remember
have lost
shit.
it.
So that girl.
So this was my Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I watched Fifth Element.
Yeah, honestly,
you know.
Always a good movie.
Yeah. So I had my little moment in the house. Right. The diva.
Yeah,
the diva.
Yeah, the Plana Laguna. Whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, let me stop.
The diva. And I feel better. So then I was like, all right, I'm about to see my boy Ben, because he always makes everything better. I'm going to go down here. It's Valentine's Day, the most salacious day of the year.
It is.
We're going to have Hump Day Discourse with you.
Okay.
And I'm in my happy place.
Well, I'm sorry that happened. Like, seriously,
there's nothing for you to apologize for. You didn't do.
Happen to good people. No, seriously, it happens to good people. Look at the shooting today. I'm like, what the fuck did those 15 students do? Like, were you aiming for one and you just sprayed everybody?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, you ain't just aiming for 15 motherfuckers. Like, you actually 17. I'm sorry, not 15. It's 17 that died. So I'm like, damn, it could be far worse. And when you told me the story about your son, I'm like, you know what? It hits home.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that people are going through right now. It's crazy. People are ready to snap just because of shit that happened in the
And
past.
I think that's part of it. Like, I think people are just on edge. So, on a day like today, celebrate love. Like, everything is so fucked up. All 364 other days of the year. Can we take one day and celebrate love? I saw these girls on the side of the road who they had these big signs up that said celebrate love. And I thought to myself, one of my close friends used to always tell me default to happiness. And, you know, I took that to heart. But then I saw this sign today and it said celebrate love. And I was like, yeah. You know? Because you can't get the sex without it. I mean, you can get the sex without it, but it's better. It's better. But anyway, I'm sitting there like, celebrate love. And they're giving out roses to every single person who walked by. And if you're a Christian, on top of all that, it's the first day of Lent.
That's true. Yeah, Ash.
It's Ash Wednesday. So we got all this evil all over the place, and we've got all these great reasons to celebrate love. And even though I almost died today, I am defaulting to happy because I got you here. We are. It's not freezing in here. I'm not shivering like I was at work. You know, and I'm even more excited because you're gonna be at Conclave in a couple weeks.
Are we gonna talk about that?
We can talk about Conclave.
All right.
But you're going to be at Conclave in a couple weeks. Really? I know, his first Conclave.
Wait, so what is Conclave? Oh, okay.
We'll talk about Conclave in a minute.
You
know what? Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back, and we'll talk about Conclave.
Right.
Thank you for tuning in to BeExposedRadio.com. Sit back, relax, and listen to this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
What does hustle hard mean to you? What does that signify in your life?
That's a lifestyle for me. You know what I mean? Like, true story. I was born into a family and a community of hustlers. Now, let's get focused right quick, because when people hear the word hustler, they confuse it with con artist or something negative. So they like to call people entrepreneurs, right? But the definition, and I'm paraphrasing, you know, but the definition of hustle is forced movement or to be hurried, right? But we're not talking about just pushing other people. Sometimes you got to push yourself, and that what makes you a hustler. True story. So the thing about it is, like, when it comes to hustling, listen, quick story. I used to go buy juleps a lot, right? And my grandmother used to make me clean the yard, you know, shovel snow, do things like that to go get a julep. But one day she was like, look, you putting all your money in someone else's pocket.
Word.
Save those quarters, and I can teach you how to make a formula, and you can sell your own juleps. You understand? So the next couple weeks, I saved my money.
Always a hustler.
Listen,
got to love
but think
everybody
about
got
this.
a grandma story like that.
Grandmothers are the natural hustlers because they were the ones who maintained and sustained our families through epidemics. You're talking Big Mama went through slavery and held it. You're talking Big Mama went through the Depression and held it. Big Mama went through crack and held it and still maintains it today. So if you don't think you come from a hustler, then you don't know where you come from. You understand?
That's so real.
I began to sell juleps, and ever since then, I capture a hustle. And a hustle is not a swindle. It's not a sneaky thing. It's up front. You're providing a need. You understand? So you're the bridge. If you're a true hustler, you're trying to be the bridge. If somebody's on one side and they need to get the other, you're trying to be the bridge, fill in the gap. So hustling is a lifestyle. It's not something you can do 10 minutes out the day. It has to be something you live.
Word.
Hey, what's up? This is Nate, host of the Artist Exchange Radio Show. Tune in every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live, here live on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Look, I can't be at my people's houses and looking at that, so, I had to bring it. Oh, we're back.
Okay.
So, now, this is the next part of a Valentine's Day discourse. So, Ben,
yes,
how was your day?
Oh, let me tell you. Well, Valentine's Day is always a busy day for pretty much any massage therapist, cooks or whoever, going out to eat and stuff like that. But for massage therapy, there are some couples who this is their day to show off and have like happy ending massages. Ooh. Or just have somebody different massage their woman or their man. Not so much always a happy ending, but it's kind of hinted or suggested.
Like, hey, are you with it?
Wink, wink,
hint,
hint, all that
right.
Shit. Oh, yeah. And so the people in, I guess, like, affluent neighborhoods like Montgomery County or Potomac, Northern Virginia, out here in Baltimore, I guess, like the county to, I forget that one part of Baltimore where it's really, really nice, huge houses.
Yeah.
So they all want a massage, but they want it with extra happiness, I guess, or extra.
They want
Valentine's
you
Day.
they
want extra.
They want extra.
So it's like today, am I allowed to say?
Say whatever you want to say.
All right. So mainly, I'm not gonna say all white people, but mainly white people. They're closed off to a certain point. In the beginning, they barely want to shake your hand, or especially if it's a guy. This is my wife. You're gonna massage her today, but they'll sit right there while you massage his wife, whatever. But he's sitting there not just because he don't like you because you're black, but
because you're a man touching his wife.
Right. And then also, I want you to get off my wife for me. I can't read your mind. I have no fucking clue. I get complaints. Well, there's a lot of us get complaints of other things, but they'll actually tell us, hey, aren't you going to please my wife? Or no one ever says a happy ending. Like, I never heard of someone just saying, hey, I want a happy ending. The closest I've gotten is one girl that I'm
That was the first thing I asked you. Remember when you were giving me a massage? I was like, do you do happy endings? And I know you probably looked at me like, and I was just really curious. Not that I was necessarily asking for one, but we were talking about the industry and how you trained and things like that. And I was getting this bomb-ass massage. So I was like, and particularly, I'm not going to say where we were when we met. Right, but in the environment that we were in, I was like, do people ask you for a happy ending? And I'm looking at some of these people who were in line to get massages after me.
Yeah, you were there, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, how much pleasure do you get out of these happy endings? Ugh.
Well, I'm a man. Men are going to get pleasure out of touching women, period. You know what I mean? Or just being around women. Like, this is pleasurable to me. You know what I mean? I like being in a room full of women. I'm like, damn, this is all right. Now, if you're in a room
you're surrounded by Scorpios, you're sandwiched because Nikki's on one side of you and I'm on the other.
See? And that's good. Like, in boot camp, like in the military, you're around nothing but guys. Like, it's the worst feeling in the world. Like, nigga, I'm in a shower. You know, you got heel to toe. Your dick is almost touching the other dude's butt. So I'm like, man, good grief, get me the fuck out of here. But that's another 3 months till you graduate. So that's what you got to do every night because you got to take a shot. Like, good grief, I ain't going to jail. It ain't for me.
Good.
I'm sorry. Well, I mean, I had my little scare, but anyway, nowhere near what boot camp was. Right. So I forget what we were just talking about.
We were talking about the happy ending.
But for you,
had a flashback.
I know, right? I really did. I was more nervous about telling you, yes, if you would like this type of massage, this is what it is. And that's when you heard the rules being read in the you know, at the party. That's when I had to tell her, hey, I can keep it PG-13, I can keep it rated R,
or you can go X, right?
Or
I was like
17 or
NC-17. I was like, oh, because you were like, you know, behind me when we were like, you know, when they were doing that part, and I was like, let me find out, because you come off very
like reserved.
Reserved. That's a great word for it. You come off very reserved, and we were having like just a conversation. You were laughing at the guys that were coming over and talking to me while I was getting my massage, which I thought was funny and creepy at the same time.
Oh yeah.
But we were just having like funny conversations. We were just talking about people. We were just having a good time. And then I asked you, like, so do you? And then you were explaining to me how that works, and how people would ask you for it. So then today you're saying, these people are looking at you like, you're massaging my wife, and she's not finished.
Right. I'm paying for this massage. The one guy at the end, because I'm like, oh, this is it. I'm about to close up. He's like, no, I'm paying you for my wife's massage. And like he was like emphasizing
massage.
I'm like, sir, what do you mean? Can you explain? They rarely ever, because
they won't just say.
Right, because they don't want to get in trouble. They don't know if I'm recording you. They're very, and these are nice houses. I'm talking about
right. So these are wealthy people.
Right, and they ain't trying to just say, give me my wife a happy ending. This is what she wants. Because a lot of men
So how do they request when you get your requests, right? Because I saw it. You get a bunch of requests. Do they like request like a specific kind of, like, do they say I want a male masseuse?
Yes. So you have like
female masseuse
on the app when you're going through the phone or on the computer. It has like a list of therapists. You can see their picture, height, weight, all that good stuff. Like it's really detailed.
Wow.
Yeah,
so they're like, hold up.
Right.
I need somebody that's shaped like that.
Can get the job done. It's like they don't even know how thorough the person is. I'm just saying, like, they assume. Has it gone past a happy? Yes, sometimes it has. Because there's some gorgeous women out here, and man in their right mind, or woman, if you like women, you know what I mean, or is gonna say no to. You know what I mean? It's hard.
I can't. I would have a hard time myself.
And so that's the bad side about being a massage therapist. But if it's in their privacy of their own home, you do what you need to do. Now, if you're doing a corporate type of massage Envy, Red Door, Massage Heights, Hand and Stone, you might not want to do it because you can get your license taken away.
Got it. But if it's in somebody's home,
that's up to y'all, right? You're doing.
Because I always wondered, like, about that. Honestly, like, could you, like. All right, so there was like that Ethiopian dude that got in all that trouble at Massage Envy for randomly giving women head, unsolicited head. Yeah.
I thought it was. But he's not the only one. There's many.
No, there's many.
Over like 600 complaints.
No, I know. Really? But like he specifically, like he was in the news recently.
Right.
And it was funny because I had just built the Massage Envy when that happened. So I was like, ooh, what kind of company was I working with? Like I don't know, because I don't know what they did. But I just wondered like how different it was to be massaging someone at home, like versus at the party, like where I got my massage, versus in a spa, like where you work at other times. Is like, does the dynamic change?
It's different only because of like our amendments or whatever. Like you have the rights to bear arms, right to feel safe in your house. No one can really just come to kick in your door, warrantless, whatever. So you have
except for if you're O.J. Simpson. I'm just playing.
No, not O.J. Please, see that man. He's
free.
He
kicked in the door, waving the full.
I know, right?
Get me my motherfucker Heisman.
Did he get his stuff back? Did he even do? What was it worth? Like, dang, you did jail, but he got out. Anyway, we'll talk about that. Okay. So there's different rules or laws. Okay, so anything that's not corporate or business, you're fine. Like that's your own entity or whatever. But if you are doing business as a DBA or a trade type of business, whatever, something like that, that's business ran by the state, local level, state level, or government. Yeah, you can't just give happy endings or have serving alcohol.
So, have you ever gone to, like, let's say somebody wanted you to come to their office, right? Like, she used to work at a company where her boss used to call, once a month, would call in a masseuse to massage everybody in the office, right? All right. Have you ever gone to somebody's office to give them a massage, or what you thought was a massage, and they wanted more. It like end up being a booty call. Like I mean,
it has happened. Oh, I have worked with 2 other massage therapists. So Angela and Autumn. They don't know the last name, but anyway, their anonymity is safe. We go to certain parties like schools, office buildings, stuff like that. It quite frequently happens for both sides, especially for female therapists. That's going to happen no matter where you are. You know what I mean? For males, it's a hit or miss. Not every woman's just going to like, oh yeah, here, give me a happy ending. Fuck no. It just happens, and it happens at weird times. You see what I'm saying?
like you just never. Are you ever like prepared for it, or does it always like surprise you when somebody expects?
And it's also when, like for you, for example, if I came to your office and you wanted something like that, I wouldn't expect it in because I already know you're fine as shit.
Like
you know what I mean? I already know like you can get this from Andy. Like me, what the hell? I'm always expecting it from somebody who's overweight, fat, who really doesn't get love at all, or maybe just got dumped, or because some people will tell you, I'm just going through a divorce, I'm sad,
I'm tired, I'm tense, I'm going through some shit.
Yeah,
well, because you're
you.
like the bartender, the hairdresser,
everything.
the masseuse is the same.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like you're the therapist. Right. They don't call you massage therapist for nothing.
So when they tell me there's a story, their backstory, it's like I kind of expected then because I'm like, that's why you're coming every week now. I'm like, oh, it's a pattern. Like starting to, oh, that's massage so and so again. Oh, okay. And she just
I get it. Like if I was closer to you, even though I know you'd come to me, but like if you were part of like my normal rounds, I'd probably get a massage like once a week. You know, like I would because they're fucking awesome. Like to the point where I'd be like, yo, teach me how to do that shit because like I'm about to fuck somebody's whole life up with this massage. You know what I mean? Like teach me how to fuck somebody's life up with your massages because that shit was real. Right.
I appreciate that.
So, yeah, like, so that's what you can be doing at Conclave now. You can teach us how to fuck somebody's life up now.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not the greatest at it or whatever. No man is, you know. I always constantly learn. I'm learning all the time. Different.
So I'm nervous because, like, all right, so let's say I get a massage in 6 months. Now, it's been a month, 2 months since you gave me my last massage, right? It's been like a month. Let's say I wait another 4 months, so it'll be 6 months between massages, and you're constantly learning. Like, is my head gonna explode at the next massage?
No.
Because like my toes were curling at the last massage.
I should say everybody is different because I'm not gonna give everybody gets an orgasm or everybody comes or.
But I mean, but see, with sensual touch, right? Not just massages, but with sensual touch in general, like you don't always have to go improper to create the same sensation. Do you know what I mean? Like I know, just knowing how you do and how you do, because I've experienced it. Like I know there's women who get massages from you and orgasm on the table, and you didn't touch her anywhere.
That's true, yeah.
And you know what I mean? Because it's serious. Like there is a serious release feeling that happens over and over during your massages.
Well, to speak on that, in massage school, they always taught us. I had a damn good instructor, Suzanne. I gotta say,
shout out to Suzanne.
I know, right? She prepared us for a lot of shit, male and female. She didn't give a fuck. Like she really told us, like, no. You are like a drug. You are something.
You are
a good drug, not an angry drug. Not
no,
heroin,
you know, you're like a really good strain of bud. You know, like that good bud.
Good.
Yeah.
And she said people are going to get addicted to you. You're going to be touching people. There's so many nerve endings on our body, especially in the inner thigh. We had 56,000 nerve endings in your thigh.
Yeah.
So if you're rubbing in here, just the rub actually gets people climax.
Yeah.
Or right, for guys, you're going to see the shit come up.
Yeah. Have you ever massaged a guy and he got hurt?
Yes.
Was that freaky the first time you saw that?
Not really. You know,
because you were prepared.
And it's going to sound weird, I know. But I was actually like, wow, I'm actually good enough
to turn a man on, right? Like you doing something right. No, like, I get it.
Nice. I'm all right. And it was nowhere near. He got hard actually when I was doing his chest. I started the guy up. We call it supine. So supine, you supinate your body. You're lying face up. So then when you go prone, you're on the face down. But we started face up because that's what he wanted. So like cool. But that's why he wanted it though, because he knew I was gonna work his chest real good. Because I get in it. I'm passionate about my work.
You get in there.
And that's not like when I really get you, you'll say, oh. God.
Wait,
It's
I don't even want to think about that because you just said when you really get me,
Yes.
and I feel like I've been got.
No, there's that was rushed. It really was, and I was nervous. Me dealing with
Massaged me for like 2 hours.
there's a very select few females out here that any guy is gonna get nervous around. You know, we do. The regular female, I'm not saying like everybody's regular, but I guess saying thirsty female, but the females aren't as up to par or is not as I don't know, they have no substance basically. It's easy to talk to. But when you meet somebody like Dr. Wren, I'm like, shit. Even when I first met you, remember I tell you a story all the time, like I'm like, shit, I didn't know you were gonna be this damn fine. Cause remember the young lady who introduced us,
right?
She was just telling us like, oh, you're gonna work on my friend. I'm thinking her friends, the friends that I seen her with, they're not you at all. So that's what made me fucking. I'm like, what? Really? Oh, you want to introduce me to her now? Like, what the fuck?
Would you have rather me match you naked on a table?
No,
Like, would that have been easier for you than meeting me fully dressed eating a cheese ball?
I just didn't think you were gonna be who you were. You know what I mean? 'Cause especially with that leopard dress, everything was all pop. I'm like, girl, fine. What?
Everything was popping in the leopard dress.
Because something already started popping out down here. I'm like, I'm like, what the
Let me find out.
Yo, go to sleep. What are you doing?
You're funny.
It was a real problem. So, but there's the women that we meet through these parties or massaging and stuff like that. Yeah, they're mainly just needy. They just get out of divorce. They may have put on a lot of pounds. They're not as pretty as they used to be. Because some will show photos of back how they were. I'm like, damn, you were fine as shit. What happened? But life
Please
happened.
tell me you didn't say what happened.
No, I didn't say what happened. But I was thinking in my mind, like, what the fuck? You were bad. You know?
Wait till I show you a picture of me. You can be like, damn, you was bad. Like, what happened? And I'm gonna be like, Ben.
No, you still bad. But life hits certain people where you eat way too much, and when they're coming in for these massages, it is a release. They need that touch. You're not getting touched at all. Think about 15 years of not being touched. After you got married, you were fine, all the good stuff. You had kids. Now my husband don't even want to touch me, don't want to look at me. You are there.
You need a massage. Yeah. You need the sensual touch.
Yes. And there's people who come in faithfully, like.
So this is what we're gonna like. So that's the big focus of this quarter's conclave. Is sensual touch. So we're doing gin and gestures, right? Because people don't know how to touch each other. They know how to fuck, but they don't know how to warm up. You know what I mean? Like gently maneuver so that they're arousing one another. Right. And I remember we were chatting, I don't know, a week or so after you gave me my massage, and you were saying how you had given like 1 million massages that day and you needed a massage. I said, well, teach me how to do it and I'll give you a massage. And I thought to myself, right, why wouldn't you want to know? I don't need to be an expert because I'm not doing this for a living, but I would like to know a good routine, you know, a good approach that I could doctor up to whoever, no pun intended, doctor up to whoever, you know, I'm with, because touch is important. And people, they miss it. They so busy ripping each other's clothes off and throwing their mouths on each other. Like, you forget about that sense. And, you know, I'm a glutton to my senses. Like, I've got to feel something, and I've got to smell something, and I've got to taste something. You know, the reason I like sex is because I can use all 5 senses at the same time. But how could I neglect my sense of touch? You know, like, why wouldn't I want to run my hands up somebody's body, especially if I'm getting ready to get it on with them? Learn their body, learn their curves. You learn their spots with your fingers. Like, I know, you know, you could massage someone for a little bit, and I bet you would know at least 2 or 3 very erogenous places on them, and could really take foreplay to another level just from rubbing on them.
Well,
you know?
I'm so glad you brought this up. I didn't know if I could plug like
plug
certain Facebook, YouTube outlets that I have. Like, I have classes. So there's a class or actual channel that you can go on. It's a website. And if you want to learn like the basics of massage, just the regular touch. And the only reason why I got that class, because I had a fight at one of the lifestyle parties. And this guy just kept on standing right by his wife. I'm talking about right on top of her while I'm trying to give her a damn massage. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? I didn't know he was with her at first, you know. So his wife, his girl, yeah, she was back. Don't get me wrong, like this, yeah, I want.
You wanted to.
I did.
I mean,
oh, yeah.
we ain't
guaranteed.
we don't have to hide anything here.
Okay, so anyways, I was wondering why he was there, but then he told me that's my wife you rubbing on.
But see, as far as I could tell, at the party, we had to ask you for a turn or a massage or whatever. It wasn't like you just was walking around tapping on people like you want a massage, you want a massage. Like you were massaging people from the time you got there till the time we all dispersed and left. Like people were waiting in line for hours for you to give them a massage. And I mean, I get it. Like I didn't get it, but I get it now. Like I couldn't understand why everybody was like, "Is it my turn yet? Is it my turn yet?" And I was like,
"They were rushing you off the
right."
table.
And I had just gotten it, so you had just gotten started. So I was just like, "Oh, this is nice," but you hadn't really like, gotten in there yet.
Right.
So I was like, "Why are these people acting like this?" And then you got in there, and I was like, "Oh." Like especially when you got up in this shoulder, scapular.
There you go.
Neck area, that whole situation. Oh, I was done. Like toes was curling. Then you massaged my feet. It didn't tickle. And you told me I had beach feet.
Right, nice smooth feet.
Smooth feet.
Perfect feet.
So ladies, get a pedicure in the winter. Don't call your massage therapist over and you got hard crusty feet.
Oh, no, stop. I mean, I work through anything.
I know he'll work through it, but I'm just saying. Be nice to your massage therapist, especially if you want a salacious ending. But
oh, we gotta go to break and everything. Oh, but that's what I was talking. Like when you were saying touch or sensual touch.
Sensual
that's what people
touch.
need. Those people who are waiting for that, they haven't been touched. Like they've been fucked. They've been kissed on, slobbed down, tongue all down.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
It's not this right. Unless you're really good at kissing, then okay. It's
but
great.
even
men,
still,
we try to damn choke one with our damn.
Like y'all be trying to swallow our heads.
Yeah, exactly. No, in the beginning, I was the same way. I was the same fucking way. I had a good teacher. I had really good women teachers. This girl named Quenisha back in the day. I know.
Wait.
From the hood. I know Quenisha. Yeah. But no, I got moved.
Wait. Pause. Nikki, did you hear this damn name? He hollered a girl that taught him how to kiss was named Cornisha.
No, Quenisha.
What?
Quenisha.
No, like that's better.
I know, right? I know, look. Yeah, Quenisha. Yeah. All right, so Quenisha, back in the day, I was 15. I was literally 14. I just turned 15 because it was our last football game. I got moved up on varsity. This is the only reason why she gave me any type of...
Because you got moved onto varsity.
Exactly. It's the only reason. In the high school football, that's what you want is that jacket with the V on it because that let you know you was on varsity.
And you had your jacket.
I barely got playing time. I only moved up because 2 players got injured. And then I was basically just a practice dummy. I barely got minimal playing time, whatever. But to them,
it mattered. You were on the team.
Exactly. So she was in her senior year. I was in 9th grade. I didn't know how to do anything, but she taught me. So I'm like, all right, I'm down there eating. I didn't know what the fuck to eat. I didn't have no pornos like most people did. Most of their families, their dads, their moms, they had something. They had some sort of tape somewhere.
Somebody had stolen a porn from somewhere.
My mom's is totally different. Like my mom's always been her. It's just my dad's a long time ago, so we didn't have the luxury of our dad having a stash or some shit like that. I didn't know what the fuck to do. So basically, long story
Mommy
short,
watched her porn at the library, so it didn't come home.
Yeah, or if she had it in there, we didn't fucking find it. But, and we knew not to go in the room anyway. We always knew we moved something. This right here, she knew we got to move. You know how women are. Y'all sneaky. So Quenisha, she's like, nigga, you're biting too hard. That hurts. Stop. I ain't want to hear that. And I was like, I know what I'm doing. I'm the man. I did it again. I bit her clit like I was biting. I was gnawing down like
Why are you gnawing at a body part? You were in 9th grade. You were in 9th grade, right? You were a kid,
and I got no experience in nothing. I'm sweating profusely.
You always sweating.
I didn't know what the fuck to do. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Do I spread it here? Do I do this? All we had was like Blacktail magazine back in the day. Like
Blacktail.
Yeah, Playboy for white boys, and Blacktail for niggas.
For niggas.
Yeah, and that was the only magazine. So I kind of knew what everything looked like. Like, okay, I need to put here. The dick goes here. So she said,
She said,
nigga, it's too hard. Why are you biting my, So I was like, all right. Let me reset. The third time, I was licking way too fast or down. I didn't know what the fuck to do. So she said, stop. You need to do it this way. How the fuck you gonna tell me what I had an attitude. Because you know, with most men, when y'all try to tell us something, what do we
Y'all can't hear nothing.
Exactly. So she goes to the bathroom, sits in the bathroom for like 10, 15 minutes. I think, what the fuck she doing in there? I'm thinking we gonna get it on. She come back. Nah, she was in there just waiting. She was like, you know, this nigga either gonna apologize or get it together. So I went to the door. I was like, all right, because I'm thinking in my mind, if she don't come out, my mom's coming home, and we ain't gonna get the finish. And I am horny as fuck. We ain't even fuck yet. And so I said, I'm sorry, I apologize. It was Quenisha. And she comes out. She's like, look, I was waiting for you to say that the whole fucking time. Just listen to what the fuck I'm saying. Because remember, she's 18. She's already been. Yeah.
She done had a couple partners. All right.
And so basically, she told me, no, go slow. Go here. Go around here. Make a little figure eight motion with your tongue or whatever. I'm like, how are you going to make a sideways? My head is this way. How am I going to. You mean up? You know what I mean? She was just basically saying, do it as a do something.
Yeah, just kind of move around. Make a wave.
Right. Just don't do around the clit the same motion every fucking time. Make it different. Go up, go down, diagonal. Suck here, kiss here, blow here. I'm like, really? This is all it is? So I'm thinking my tongue has to go all the way and like a dick has to go.
No.
That's what I'm thinking the whole time. My tongue was sore as fuck. My neck was sore. What the? But you ever have a tongue cramp?
No.
It's the worst fucking feeling. But anyway, all right, it's another story. But because of her is how I got good at eating pussy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She was just a good
teacher.
You know what I mean? And I listened. You know, that's why God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. Men don't know that. Listen.
Stop talking and listen.
Right. So I got it. I got the message. And then ever since we were dating for a while, I was like, damn, if I never met her, I would probably be a dickhead just like any other guy. I would be rambunctious and just trying to get in.
Well, shout out to Cornisha.
Yeah, she laid it down.
We going to take a break. We'll be right back with Salacious Life.
All right.
What you gonna have my money today?
Man, it is what it is.
Then last week you told me your wife was cooking.
Man, it is what it is.
Then again, I don't think I want your wife cooking because you don't like it.
Well, it is what it is.
This Fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop K. Check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio. It is what it is. 9/11.
Are they ready to? I know they're not ready to accept it, but yeah, exactly. That's my whole thing. Like, how many of them are really ready to think about it like that?
None.
You know, like
I think the problem is like even I don't even know how we got here, but it's inbred. You're not born to hate people. You're not born to distinguish between black and white and Asian and Hispanic. That's something that you're taught. You're taught. Point blank, period. My daughter came home and told me that her white teacher was black. Maybe it's because it's how she treated her. She don't see any color. But when it comes to all her friends, all her friends are mixed. All of her friends have a white parent, black, African, Hispanic, other parent.
So
children don't see color. You breed your children. Not breed.
Right.
You raise your children to see that.
Yeah, most definitely.
They don't see racism.
Well, I guess
I met a little girl who had a black doll, and she said because the black dolls are prettier than the white dolls. But then I've taken a black doll and a white doll and put it in front of 2 kids. And it's a study that they've done before. You put it in front of 2 kids, and you put it in front of a kid, and you ask them which one is the nice one.
Man, it is what it is. Man, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is.
This Fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop K. Check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio at 9.
Is what it is. Radio show.
Go ahead. All right, listen. All right, say situation. Cause I keep telling y'all, it's different situations in the child support thing. You can't just pinpoint one thing. You can't just say, "Oh, here did be. That's why you're on child support." Oh, he this. That's why you're on child support. Oh, she this. That's why she on child support. No, sometimes it could just go off of. Oh, I just called him and asked him, can he pay for the pictures? He ain't want to pay for the pictures. I'm taking his ass downtown. Yup.
Well, you got to know. Know who you dating.
Hold up.
I
just called her. I just called her and asked could she just get Junior some shoes. She couldn't even get him no church shoes. I'm taking her ass downtown. Now, when you go downtown, you go down there, you get $500.
Right.
Now you mad because you getting $500, and now you really ain't getting no shoes for Junior or Lord CC because you getting $500 now.
Right.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, if you're a good father or good mother, and you paying child support, right? You still gonna go ahead and do all that because
hold up.
It's just what it is.
Hold on, and that's another situation.
Right.
But you know what that creates? Now when we at the party, mommy and daddy ain't even down there speaking to each other. Cause daddy done paid for the party, and he done came out of pocket this month with $600.
Right, that's your child.
Be mad. Listen. He shouldn't be mad, but he also has another child with his wife.
That's on him.
Okay,
go ahead.
He got another child with his wife.
Okay.
Right.
And you're
with
taking
his wife
you're
in his
taking away from
household,
them.
and they taking away
And you're
from
taking away from
Well, he should have kept it in his pants.
Exactly.
Should have kept it in his pants. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Stop complaining.
You on some whole, he on some whole other shit over here. He on some whole other shit. I'm gonna tell him.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We are back with this week's Hump Day Discourse. We have Master Masseuse. Ben, I have flashbacks every time I think about that massage. Like I do. Because it was really fucking awesome. So, that's how you learn how to eat pussy.
Yeah, so like you were saying, like sensual touch or whatever.
Yeah.
I learned from a good teacher. Men have to have like a good teacher in their lives. Or if they learn on their own, I mean, that's fucking fantastic.
I mean, Google is amazing, I hear. Like, you
Exactly.
can
And
Google
nowadays,
techniques.
In our day, growing up, I wish we would have had internet.
We ain't had no Google.
We ain't had none of that.
We ain't
so
no
you had
Google.
to really learn on your own.
You
or
couldn't
have a
go
good
to the
teacher.
library and look up, the Kama Sutra maybe, but
If they had,
if you could get the book, if you could slide in there, because the librarian always knew your mom, and you couldn't,
And they probably took the book for themselves. And,
Yeah, I'm sure.
But anyway, so
librarians probably be serious because they all quiet and
nuns, librarians, they be
nuns,
they get down.
nuns.
They get down.
Wait,
Come on, they be getting down.
nuns. Nikki, he said nuns.
No, the nuns are blessed. They're good. They're good. No.
I was talking about how librarians probably get down. They all quiet and everything. And he said, yeah, them quiet types. Like librarians, nuns.
Yeah, they be getting
nuns
down.
get down.
Yeah, they smoking everything. They got the nuns in California. The smoking nuns. You never heard? Oh, Sister Mary's. I'm gonna email
But this
you
is
that.
my thing, though. Like, a nun took a vow of chastity. So how is it they getting down?
So did the priest.
Yeah, right. The priests are in a bad way though.
I don't want to talk about nuns and priests on Ash Wednesday. Right. We're gonna go back to Hump Day Discourse.
Okay, so
let me keep my heathen ass in this here in this here studio for my ass being hell.
So messing around with the sensual touch, I had to learn it from her, but then it went to the extreme to where we both worked at McDonald's. It was crazy. The summer job, I know, right? And we was fucking on the McNuggets. You know the freezer?
You was.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You had sex in a McDonald's.
Yeah,
somebody's food was contaminated.
No, not that. No. All right, so I started to get good. She started teaching me real good shit. Like, well, okay, I didn't know you could do this with a woman. Okay, so as I progressed, we had work. We both horny as shit. The freezer's like way in the back of every McDonald's, a big old freezer. But back in the day, those freezers didn't open from the outside or the inside out. You had to always open it and then pry the door open. There's a big old warning sign. We get trained at age.
So that you don't get stuck in the freezer and die.
Exactly.
Got it.
And that freezer freezes the shit out of anything. So those frozen ass McNuggets, we was like trying to fuck on the nuggets. Like, this ain't working.
Was it in a bag?
Yeah.
Oh.
Deep frozen. Like,
I don't know what they look like. Like, do they come in like a big ass bag or a box?
Huge, like, potato sack bag, but it's
of nuggets.
It's triple sealed. Like, you need a real night, like something really. This is we had to use. You had to really cut through that damn.
Oh wow!
Get the, it was back in the day McDonald's. Now it's all pre whatever. So the door closed on us, and we got like maybe 5 strokes into it. The door closed. I didn't even know the door closed. I'm like, damn, it's too cold to be fucking like this. It just really was. So that's when we kind of realized, like, yo, we need to slow the fuck down, because we could have had like kids at the time. My mom, actually, when we were at the house, like in a scary movie, you hear like every fucking crack in your house, even when a roach farts, you hear it, like for real.
When a roach farts,
you hear that shit, like, yo, that's how deadly your ears are when you're by yourself, right?
Right.
My mom came home. You know, the steps are like 18 feet.
Yeah.
18 steps. You hear every little crack. I didn't hear not one.
Did your mom walk in on y'all?
She's the only reason why we didn't have a kid. Like, seriously, because I didn't wear a condom.
You was just getting it in.
And where the fuck was we going to get a condom from anyway? There's no 7-Elevens. In the hood back in it was like corner stores or...
They ain't had condoms at the corner store?
They had condoms, but who's buying... You got clown for real if you was buying a...
Why would you get clown for not wanting to get somebody pregnant?
Niggas are stupid. So anyways, mom's came home, interrupts every damn thing. So I'm like, all right, cool. It worked out.
How did that... All right, cool. Mom just watched me fucking my girl.
No. She kicked Quenisha out and everything. Yeah. It all stopped. And it was cool because we didn't have kids, but I didn't come. And that was the first time, like my first. So Quenisha, she taught me a lot of good stuff. And then for later on in life, I knew how to treat a woman. I knew how to go slower or faster, whatever the fuck you want. No, pull here, hard to hit, nigga, hurry up. You know what I mean? She really showed me what to do. Let the woman be the boss. You get what you want. So then later on, when I became a massage therapist, it was totally different. So I'm like, okay, I already know about touch. I'm good. I got this.
You ain't know nothing.
Right. That was just basically the beginning. The basis of like maybe sex when you're trying to please a woman. But this is actually trying to please the body, the mind, spirit, everything.
And see, that would make sex better, I would think.
It does. It does. Now that I know that, but if I didn't know that, come on, I would be just like any other asshole out here. I really would. And it kind of scares me when I think about it. I'm like, shit, what good would I be as a good husband? What would I do? Like, am I going to be the same motherfucker? Like, you're going to go cheat on me because now I understand why you're cheating on me. Or maybe I'm abusive, or maybe, well, hopefully I will never be that. But maybe I'm just a womanizer. I don't want to take my time. I just want it the way I want it.
I don't think selfish lovers are... You just can't be. I don't think you should be selfish in a relationship in general. Not with each other. You have to hope that your partner will take care of you as well as you take care of them. Like, both feed the relationship. Right. Like, I think relationships, parenthood, certain situations, you just can't be selfish. Like, that's just not in the cards. Like, it just doesn't work. You can't be selfish with like a parent-child relationship, even like your parent and you. You can't be, as like our parents age and stuff like that. Like, we can't be selfish about what we're the shit we're willing to take off of them as they age, and then we can't be selfish with our children, and the things that we have to sacrifice for their well-being. And you definitely can't be selfish in a relationship or even in just a sexual partner. Like, sex isn't like necessarily the cure-all, but you can't be a selfish lover.
Right.
Because I don't think love is selfish.
Well, see, I'm glad you brought that up because massage school, it taught me pretty much, I was always a taker. I was. Most men are. You give us an inch, we'll take a million miles. So it's just how it works. So in massage school, I don't know, it changed me to the point where it's like, I'm more of the giver now. Even at the party, you see me, I barely took a break, like, at all.
I noticed.
I worked my ass
Did
off.
you
I
eat
really
anything?
Did. Yeah, I did. Earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, I always make sure I eat. You need your energy. If you don't eat,
yeah. And there was some like sizable bodies on your table at some points. You know what I mean? Like, you had to really put some work in. Like, I saw you one time, I think your foot was up on the wall. You was, pushing yourself, getting it in. I was like, damn.
Because, like, working on someone like you that's petite, in shape, I know everybody's going to say, oh, I'm not in shape. No, you are.
No.
Compared to most of you are. Trust me.
Thank you.
Yeah, like, working on someone your shape is a joy. It's great every fucking day. But working on somebody who's bigger, yeah, it's a lot of work. You are literally burning out your energy, so you have to eat. If you don't,
so
you pass out.
If you are a lover of the, what's it called, BBW, right?
Yeah.
BBW, which are
SBW? Wait, was it supersize? Big?
I don't know.
What this parachute?
But yeah, like, if you are a lover of that, and I know they are out there, because I have a lot of friends who, it's wintertime and they feeling some kind of way. They like, yo, I need me a woman. And I've had plenty of guys tell me I was too skinny. today. And I'm like, all right, so guys, if that's what you like, if you love you a full-size woman, because they can be beautiful and cuddly, you know, like, you know it. There's Nikki over there. Right. They're beautiful and cuddly. So eat you a meal and get it in. Go in. You know, make sure you got that energy because you know.
That's the key. Okay, so a lot of massage therapists, they'll try to work a 6-hour shift. I'm like, do you realize working on 6 people will take all your energy? Even after the first, maybe the second to third, you're tired. You need a break. So for me, I've noticed, like, if I eat, I'm kind of good the whole time, and especially is what I eat. So if you eat like a protein bar or a certain type of shake, you can go, it sustains you.
I want a protein bar. Yeah.
You'll get tired within the second or third.
Because it just burns through you because it's all that processed food. You need something real, something substantial.
Right. So in massage school,
Nikki, stock up on them protein bars. So they be like, all right, like, nigga, you about to go in.
Yeah.
Here, have this bar. Prepare yourself.
Get that smoothie in there, all the nutritious
I usually
juices.
do a meal packed with protein prior.
That's right.
See, you gotta cook for people. I always tell people, if I've never made you a meal, I don't love you yet. Well, you haven't been in a position to eat one of my meals. She's had several of my meals.
I got the knowledge.
Conclave coming up.
She can't wait till Salacious life. Conclave. She's like, yeah, we gonna eat.
I can't wait for it. Wait, 27, right?
24th.
Okay.
Put that in your calendar because you are teaching a bunch of people, because this is a conversation. Conclave is a gathering of like-minded individuals. So it's like taking this radio show and doing it live with audience participation. And what we're going to teach them is how to touch people properly. Because people don't know how to touch each other.
Like I said, in massage school, I wanted to quit the first 2 weeks. We just learned the basics of how to touch somebody. But then we get to the upperclassmen. They're about to graduate in the next 2 months. So we get to work with them. And my elbows all in this girl. I'm thinking, like, oh, girl, I'm going to really work you. I'm the best ever.
And you doing shit.
And she embarrassed me in front of the whole class. She said, you're hurting me. She said it loud as fuck. And I got embarrassed. Because when I thought about it, I was like, yo, my elbow was all in the rib cage. What the fuck was I thinking? Our teacher didn't even teach us to use elbows yet. So why was I trying to think all outside the box and extra shit?
Okay.
And when she said that, I was her enemy right then and there. I was like, all right, so at the lunch table, I'm sitting by myself. I don't need these people. She walked over and sat with me. She said, no, I said that for a reason. Because if you do that to somebody out here and you're working, whatever, your license is going to get taken, you can get sued. Come on. And I took it to heart, but she calmed me down. I worked with her pretty much the whole time until they graduated.
How do you gauge how much pressure you put on somebody's body? Because, like, you didn't hurt me at all. But I know you probably could have put more pressure than you did. Not that I wanted it at all, because I was hurting before I even got on your table. But you know, I know there's people who say they like that.
They do, yes. So when I'm asking
like,
you,
what if you get a pain puppy on your table? Like, what do you do?
They want the extra, right? Okay, so when you were on my table, I asked you, okay, just let me know if I'm going too hard or too light. So that means if I'm going too hard, let me know. If I'm going too light, I can add.
So you just have the conversation.
And right now, I'm going to start off with a medium pressure, which I know almost everybody, it's going to be the same pressure. You know, kind of.
So you start up, and then you kind of turn up the volume or turn it down.
Yeah, and it's all what the person wants. So
and what if somebody doesn't talk to you? Are you able to kind of gauge the way people react?
Their breathing, their hand signals, or if they're turning on supine or face up, I can tell if they're liking it, if they're enjoying it or not. If your hands are clenched, I'm like, I'm going too hard. Or if their breathing stops, like they're holding their breath. I know when somebody's holding their breath, it's too fucking hard. And so in massage, they teach you a lot of little things. But it's not just rubbing somebody's body. You're really looking for lumps and bumps. They teach you how to analyze the person's body. Looking for old wounds or cancerous cells or moles. You're looking for a lot of shit. Poison ivy. I've had people who work, they want a massage and they got poison ivy all in the middle of their legs and shit like that. So
how they get poison ivy in their crotch?
I shit you not. Okay, so Massage MB, they welcome anybody. They really do. So this white girl, she comes in, and she's a cute white girl, don't get me wrong, and she came from Peru, I think, or somewhere down South America, but she caught like a different type of like poison sumac. there's different levels of poison ivy. Because I catch it almost every year cutting my father's grass, and that's how sensitive I am to it. And I was
Right.
like, why does your leg feel so bumpy? It felt like the road. And when I turn the light on, because she's laying face down, so she don't know to turn the light on because their eyes are closed. I turn the light on real quick, like real slow. I'm like, oh, it's just nothing but bumps, red patch of bumps. I'm like, what is this on your leg? She's like, oh, don't worry about that. I put some calamine lotion. That's just poison ivy. Like, it's nothing. Like
no, bitch.
Exactly. I'm like, no, we need to end the massage. I'm allergic to poison ivy. I can catch it literally just from rubbing on your leg, which I did. I had to go sanitize, wash up 8 times, and thank God I didn't catch it. But people will come in, massage therapy, yeah, they want weird shit. Valentine's Day. Okay, so not today, but last Valentine's. 2 females, they come in, they're both gorgeous. Females, yeah, they bad. The one girl, she's like, oh, you getting your massage now? She was like, yeah. And so she said, do you mind if I come? I'm like, why the hell are you here anyway? I thought both of you were going to get a massage, and this girl, she's going with me. She's like, no, I'll come in the room with you. I'm like, oh, what? Like, damn. So she fucked it up for me. But anyway, she sat in the room, whatever, because she wanted to get off. She sat in the chair. I hear this, like this little buzzing. I'm thinking it's my phone. I checked the cabinet. Like, my phone's off. Like, shit, what is it?
She's got a vibrator.
Yeah, in the chair with it. And she was really getting, like, the way she came, it was ridiculous, too. Because, like, she was sitting there like she was going to sleep. So she had her hands over her head. But then she went. And, like, twisted all out of the chair. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But she was having a work. Like, that's how she got off. She was just waiting for somebody to massage her. I don't know. So white men do that too. Like, they'll watch their wives get pleasure. Or even a massage. There's nothing you have to be an happy in it, but they'll be in the corner, hands under, jacking off.
Wow, just getting a normal massage.
That's how they do. Some people just like voyeur. They like to see.
Yeah, they just like to
other
watch.
people, which is nothing wrong. I don't.
Did you ever take your test?
Wait, which one?
The BDSM test.
It is on my web browser. It is. Wait, if I get like a bad score,
There is no bad score. It just
Okay,
talks about what kind of person you are. It's not a bad score. It's a whole list of things, and it just tells you like from highest to lowest, like you know what you are like. So like what was high on my list was like dominance, and they say this hit pretty high up on my list too. Mistress hit really high up on the list.
Wait, so what is the sadist thing? What does that mean?
I'm not a sadist anymore. I've given up that life, everyone.
Damn.
It's the inflictor. Predator was high up on my list. I was like, what kind of woman am I?
Yeah, you do have that look of both predator and prey, but I know you're more. You prey upon. You're like, yeah.
I'm more predator than I am prey. That's funny.
Yeah. But look, even though I've been in the lifestyle for a while, I don't know the acronyms, the certain positions.
So that's why you should take the test.
I need to go ahead and brush up.
Take the test and then go look up the words. No, matter of fact, if you click on each one, it gives you a definition.
Really?
On the test, like on your test results.
You know what I just found? NSFW. I always wanted to know what the fuck that stood for. Not safe for work. I'm like, is that what that means?
I didn't know that. So
if you send somebody an email and it says NFSW, so they're saying don't open this link or whatever because it could contain stuff that your job may hit on or get you in trouble for.
I didn't know that. I've never gotten an email like that, but I have seen it on things, and I was like, I don't know what this means.
There's so many acronyms I didn't know. I'm like, oh, that's what the fuck that. But anyways,
So I think you should. I think you should take the test.
I will.
And you should send me your results because I'm curious.
Okay.
Because I just want to know what kind of person you are.
Oh, I mean, what ask me?
No.
Oh.
I want to know what kind of person you are based on this test. What this test says.
Okay.
Because I'm just curious.
And just to clarify, like happy ending, all the stuff we were talking about earlier. Not everybody, like I said before, wants a happy ending. No one
I
really
believe
just
that.
says, "Can you give me this?" Sometimes you're there because you are the rebound person. It's not like you're the gorgeous, most exciting, best person in the world. Sexy. It's mainly because I'm going through something.
And I need to feel better.
Tell you, some people will actually honestly sit there and tell you. Have there been people I've had that not? Yes. I mean, there's places where I can't just give you a happy. I can't. I would really get. I don't even know if you're a cop or something. I don't really know if you recording this. You could really get my license taken away in a heartbeat. But if we're at your house or something, that's you're not.
That's different because it's on some
Right, and they can't.
Intimate type thing.
Mm-hmm. So it's the closest thing someone said a happy, and they said, I like to be happy. Can I get a happy meal? And I laughed at first. I'm like, what the fuck is a happy meal? I didn't know what the fuck that meant. Yeah, and it was this cool ass girl. Like, I didn't know. And then she broke it down. She's like, no, can I get a happy meal? I was like, oh. And we didn't even have enough time anyway. It was like towards the end of the massage. It was like maybe 10 minutes left. I'm like, unless you're gonna within 10 minutes, but it still wasn't enough time. I was like, no, because I still got to get them 5 minutes to get dressed. So it's really 5 minutes. I'm like,
5 minutes isn't enough time. You
not
should have asked me that in the beginning so that I could gauge my massage accordingly to leave 30 minutes at the end so I could have 25 minutes to give you your happy meal and 5 minutes for you to get dressed.
That's true. Well, she was gauging how I was acting in the very beginning. I wasn't catching on. I was too slow. I think she was saying it the whole time, and I just didn't pick up until
she said the happy meal, because then that made you laugh.
Because she moaned like the whole fucking time. Like, man, and her legs, when somebody's legs are way off the table,
oh shit,
kind of know, you know what I mean? And I
like in other words, hello.
Right. I was like, that feels like such a fucking man.
I'm just wondering why I'm having these many issues with my back right now. There's a masseuse in the house. I'm over here having a time in this chair, like.
And there's a masseuse in the house.
Well, I mean, I've come prepared to give samples.
You got a power bar? No. Because he might need energy. I mean, it is two of us.
But we were talking about something earlier before, because I didn't want to diminish like the massage therapy practice.
No, absolutely.
There's people like me, but I do hold a like I'll.
No, I think you're very professional. Like the massage I got. Look at God. She pulled out I'm sorry.
No, and those are perfect. Nature's Valley.
Nature Valley are perfect. He's like, and those are perfect.
They get you going like the granola.
The granola.
And with some yogurt.
See?
I can go for
there we go. No, I would say that your massage was very professional. Like the one I got was very professional. Like what was happening around us in that room was crazy, but my massage was absolutely PG. Like it was like I wasn't even like, I mean, I was covered. You just were unwrapping specific pieces of me as you went along. It wasn't like you just ripped the cover off and was like, hello.
Right. And some therapists are like that. Like you go to some parties, they want you to be fully, I'm going to give you happy ending regardless. I don't care who you are, who you're with. Like, I've been to some, trust me.
I would have felt uncomfortable because, like, I needed the massage. I didn't necessarily I needed the massage and the conversation. Right. I needed the therapist and the massage. That's what I needed that night. That's what you delivered 150%, right? I might have been a little put off if I had gotten put in that position without it being solicited. You know what I mean? Because that wasn't really what I needed. I didn't even know you were going to be there until, like, maybe 30 minutes before I met you.
Yeah, they never advertised me.
No.
Yeah,
they advertised me.
That's only because of we had like a long time. Anyway, that's another. But anyway, it works out for the best.
Yeah. It did. I mean, it worked out nicely, I think.
Because we've also had like I said, it's been a couple fights. It's been, and I'm surprised they still work with me. Like I am nice to a point. Everybody's nice to a point until you piss them off.
Well,
you know what I mean?
and we, it is what it is. And I mean, typically at the parties, there's usually alcohol involved, so people can get a little belligerent. Like even you had to talk me down off a ledge a little bit at the party because I got a little angry with the way somebody had spoken to me and treated me at the party. So like I definitely, I get it. But like I said, you were professional, fucking awesome, and it was like, I had like that was the highlight of my evening, like I was like, I came in, I wasn't feeling up to it. I wanted to go. I gave my word that I would be there, and, I'm trying to get my life together. So I got there, I took a shower, I put on something cute. So that's when you saw my little, leopard dress. I was like, all right, I'm going to try to get in character a little bit, I'm drinking my little wine and I'm eating my little cheese ball. And I'm like, everything hurts. I don't feel like doing anything. And then you came and I find out I'm getting this massage, and I'm like, oh, well, thank you. You know, like, I didn't even know how to feel. I didn't even know what it was going to be like. You know, I've had good massages. I've had bad massages. Like, I've had a masseuse that smelled funny. That was hard. Because, like, I don't think, like, he had done anything to himself to smell funny. I think I just had a distaste for his natural scent. Like, because he didn't smell dirty, or he didn't, you know, it wasn't like that. Right. It was just his natural scent. Just me and him just didn't. So, you know, and it was nice. I'm getting my massage. You know, Eddie's under the table talking to me, you know, like up under the table while I was face down. You know, like, it was nice, you know. You don't remember Eddie was laying on the floor talking to me? Like, he was laying on the floor, and my face was in the little thingy. So I'm looking down, and he's underneath the table talking to me. So, I mean, it was what I needed, you know, and that was, like, all I needed. I didn't need you to play with anything or tickle my fancy that night, you know. It was nice.
Well, see, and that's what I'm saying. Like, for females, yeah, there's always going to be somebody that wants a happy ending, male or female, because I think that's just what it is. Men, it's a hit or miss. Like, out of a month, maybe 6 women, maybe. If you're working like 40 or maybe 50 women, possibly 6, possibly. It's almost like spades. I got 4, 3 with a possible.
3 in a possible.
Right.
Yeah, 3 in a possible. But are you going to bet on that book? No.
Right. Exactly. So it's like, it's very slim that you're going to get those 3 to 4 books, like, because you got a bad hand. Because some people, they're not there for that. They're there for the therapy. They're going through some issues. They just want to relax.
They want to relax. Like, that was really it. I needed to relax, and the wine wasn't doing it. And you kind of came in and was like, and I was like, oh, all right. Like, I mean, like, I got up. I didn't know if I wanted to hug you or kiss you or give you dap or, you know, like, what I really wanted to do. I was just in my happy place. I was like, at this point in the night, I was like, I could put my clothes on and leave. Like, I was good, you know, like, that had made the whole trip down there worth it, you know. And then everybody was all nice, and people were, and then the next girl got up there, and it was funny. What I was enjoying was seeing the excitement of your next clients jumping up on the table. They were so excited. They couldn't get up there fast enough, you know. And, you know, you were just like, okay. And you're like warming your hands, you know how you do that little thing, you know. And they were all like,
yeah, because that one girl, she interrupted you twice. Like, she was waiting for that damn massage. I'm like, damn, girl, you don't see me. I just started. What are you doing? But yeah, she just couldn't wait to get her damn massage. But okay,
before you go to your next thought.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Nikki's giving me the flash, so we got to take a break. We'll be right back with Salacious Live.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Money from Talk Lately. I want y'all to sit back and listen to this flashback. We be tripping.
I mean, really.
Hey, everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be.
He's dead.
Oh, 6 years after he passed away.
It states she reportedly had heard rumors, but nothing substantial. But then you put the rumors to
while
death.
They were still married.
You sentenced the rumors to death.
While they still were married, she heard rumors.
Right. Okay. Probably all her life she's heard rumors. Like, you're dating, you know you're dating your dad, right? Y'all look just alike. I'm like, girl, somebody told me you dating your father. You know, that's what kind of him. You know he gay, right, Percy?
Please, why are you laughing at him? Don't laugh at him. Please don't.
Okay, let me continue with the story.
Oh,
man. Even today, it's still funny. Oh my gosh, if you haven't heard this show, it's Talk Lately, and it's only on BeExposedRadio.com every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and on YouTube. Just go to Be Exposed Radio.
You are tuned in to BeExposedRadio.com.
So we were talking about critical thinking. So we definitely believe that critical thinking is one of the first things we need to start implementing, not just simply being told things. Or how about this? you know, we tend to listen to people who get assigned certain positions.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So when they have certain positions, we tend to think that it's truth attached to that because of their position, right?
Right.
Is that always the case, though?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's probably one of the biggest reasons we should be doing some critical thinking.
Yes, yes, I agree. I definitely.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show. Now here's one little speech I'm going to give you before I get into the next article. Here's what I want to tell you. Still, but fear is big business. Fear is big business. I'm not telling you not to be alarmed by what you're seeing. I'm not telling you not to be concerned. What I am saying is not to buy into the notion that we should be afraid. You should be informed. You should be aware.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We're back. So you were saying, you didn't recognize her, cause like at the
So at those type of parties, we ask not to be put out there on like flyers and all that good stuff because there is a high demand for it. But then it also breeds like a lot of problems too. So if you don't get your turn that night, there's people who said I want a refund. I'm like, well, this is not that party for a massage. You're coming for. To get
play, right, to have a good time, right?
Like, why would we refund you? He only gave you 5 minutes. There's people who get so catty to where it's like, oh, he only gave me 6 minutes. Like, how the hell did you even know I gave you 6 minutes? You ain't got no watch on or nothing.
Like, you're getting a massage. You shouldn't have a watch on.
Or even if you do or don't, like,
I don't know how long it was. It seemed like it was all night.
I know I gave you extra time. I did.
Okay, because I was like, it seemed like it was all night, and I appreciate it because like a bitch was hurting. Like I was in a bad mood. And I didn't want to be there because I was socializing. I was trying to be sociable and friendly and, you know, and I was in a bad mood, you know. And then I got my little massage. And then I'm skipping around, meeting everybody, having fun. You know, we had conversations from everything about what we do for a living to body piercings. You know, like we just went through the whole... And it was good. Like, I was good, you know.
So I tell people, okay, look, I have a website. If you want to learn massage, you can learn it right here. You know, you forget me. You can actually have another table. So, you know, at that party, they do have a second table. Yeah. But no one has taken up the offer because it is easier said than done. You know what I mean? So no one really wants to put in all the work. I'm like, yeah, I told you, it ain't as easy as you think it is. A lot of wives, husbands, the husbands that come in, they'll say it's cool to play. But it really means something totally different, trust me. And I could only imagine how I would feel if I brought somebody there and I really like the female or I'm married to her and some dude is giving it to her better than I can. That's intimidating as shit. It just is. I'm sorry. So I wouldn't even bring my woman to that type of atmosphere.
So question for you. Would you take your woman to another masseuse?
If I know that he's really, really talented.
I don't know. Like, would you let another person massage your woman?
Oh, yeah, I would. Of course. That's her. She has her own mind.
No, but would you take your woman to be massaged by somebody else? Like, all right, so you and I had a conversation a while ago, and you talked about a girlfriend who expected, like, a full-blown massage every night when you got home from work, right? And I thought that was insensitive to the fact that you do this for a living. But I thought to myself later that night, I was like, I wonder if he would be like, here's a coupon to massage MVD. Go get yourself a fucking massage.
Yeah,
like
I would, yeah. I would, yeah. Yeah, you can get your... I mean, I'm hoping she's not asking for no happy ending. So I'm hoping our relationship is secure. Because, yeah, if I'm in a relationship, I'm not giving nobody. I'm just not. I haven't been in a relationship since, over 10 years. You know what I mean? It's been a long, long time.
Right.
But if I'm committed to that person, yeah, that's me. That's home. But, yeah, I would definitely give her a pat. Like, here you go, please.
Because I'm tired. I don't feel like it tonight.
If you know I worked 8 hours, like a long day, like I can always rub your feet, your hands, your neck, something really, really good.
Right.
If you want a full body, I'm like, oh, man, I just laid the fuck down. And she was really good because she knew if you want some, you gonna give me this fucking full body. You know what I mean?
And you wanted some, so you had to sit there and be like, I want to have sex, so that means I'm gonna have to break my neck to massage. I'm tired. I've been, massaging people all fucking day. This nigga had warts, and I was massaging him. I'm grossed out. I just want to take a shower and lay down, but I want a nut too.
Exactly.
So you would.
I had it. Yo, okay, and then say she got it so good to where she knew if I was skipping around or like, you know what I mean, like if I'm trying to cheat her with the time or whatever, like, oh wait a minute, nigga, that was only 5 minutes. You owe me at the more. So she knew how long I was supposed to be on every body part. Because remember the first couple massages, it was like a 90-minute or 2 hour or even.
Yeah, because you was still courting. You were trying to get her.
Well, I mean, I constantly get. Well, I mean, I toned it down only because if it's a full day's work, yeah, I can only really give you like 40 minutes, maybe 30. I like giving you my best.
30 minutes is a good. That's a whole TV show.
Exactly. See, that's what I'm thinking, right? No, she was. She's like,
she wanted the movie.
No, this is the whole outright. I want the 90-minute. She got that comfortable, but you do. You're a drug.
It is a drug, but I think drugs are great in moderation.
Right, the good drugs, right? Not the angry drugs.
Why is she laughing?
Right, the good ones.
You know you agree with me. All drugs, are good in moderation. Like, I don't agree with, getting, frat boy wasted every night, but I don't mind having a beer or two, or a glass of wine or something like that. Like, that's the difference. Frat boy wasted is the 90-minute massage. Having a glass of wine or a beer is can you rub my hands or can you rub my feet? I had a long day. Yes. From your personal, professional massage boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like, and let's not get greedy.
I'll never be that tired to give you less than 30. You know what I mean? Now 30 minutes or more, I'm like, I'm only going to give you like a half, and then it's not good. You know what I mean? I'd rather give you the show enough, like the real deal. That's what I'm going to give you instead of bullshit.
I mean, if you worked it into like a foreplay type situation, then wouldn't you think you wouldn't have to take as much time because you would know, like, you're a professional. You would know what, and then if it's your woman, like, you definitely know what to do to get her aroused. You could probably work your way through a 15-minute massage, and before you know it, you're giving head, and then before you know it, you're in there.
I thought I was slick, right? Because like I said,
she knew.
She would, like anybody else, it would work on.
She had to watch one, like,
I met her, right. She was like, out of all the, I'm like, yo, she really got it down to a science. I need to get rid of her. Like, not saying I need, but it's like, it's becoming a problem. It really is. Shit.
Oh, shit. It's almost over. It's over. Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much for coming, Ben. Like, this has been crazy. We were just talking. I happened to look at my watch like, oh, shit. Look, everybody. Have a wonderful hump day. Hope you get some. Valentine's Day. Make them Scorpios. And don't forget, love life. Be brave. And live unapologetically. Ben, we will see you at Conclave on the 24th.
I'll be there.
Thank you very much.
Because they had nothing else to do.
So it was like, imagine that your late husband